Alright, we're in the Gridiron tournament. We're in the opening round in the rookie division, and we're hauling hole number 13. I had a problem. I shot these videos. I got 1 through 12, and then 13 through 18. I have them, but they're corrupted, so I may or may not be able to get them back. So if I do, I will post them, but I'm going to fill in the gap, and I'll just do the replay stuff here. We did really well in the opening round. It's really funny. We shoot a minus 29, but we end up in 5th. So here we're trying to do the hopscotch, and on this first shot down in here, what we've learned here is that where our red line's at, the wind's going in this direction in the tournament, so we're getting favorable wind for our cause. And we're getting wind going in this direction. Let me scroll in just a little bit tighter. We're getting wind going in this direction, and we're trying in our red line somewhere right in this area. And we're trying to get our ball to bounce out into here, but at the same time we want it to have a little bit of movement so that its second bounces right here, and then it bounces over and then hits this little rough area and just dribbles out onto the green and goes towards the pin. So this landing area here is super critical. So if you hit great to the left or the right, and we're having to use a bigger power club, so we're using an extra mile. If you hit great to the left or the right, you can hit here fine. But where that ends up putting you at when you're over here is a totally different story. So if you hit over here, you're hitting in the longer part of the sand out here, so you're more likely to end up in the sand. Here you end up in the rough. It's very easy to end up in the drink here, or in the bad. So in the qualifying rounds, we had a 4.1 wind going in that direction, and I left the wind in. And so the wind, I hit the ball here, and the wind pushed the ball down to here. And it pushed it so far that it hit fine here. But it hit right here in the rough and then dribbled into the sand. It actually bounced completely over this one. We got too far forward. So we had another round where we had a 2.3 wind, and I left that 2.3 wind in there, and it just had enough that it made it over the sand and clipped the rough, and it dribbled out here in front. And then the next round I had a 2.7 wind, and I left that in, and that 2.7 wind put me perfect. I was pin high. I was like, in the game, probably 3 yards away from the cup for a putt. But I know that if you're over 4, you have a problem. So when we're playing this hole, if we've got, this one was really close to the front, and this one was really close in the back. So I got about I'm going to say maybe a 2.8, so I got like a 0.5 mile an hour swing right here. So if it's naturally we get on this hole and I'm somewhere in the 2.7 to 2.3 range, I'm just going to leave the wind in and not make any adjustment. But if the wind's higher than 2.7, I'm going to take it out back down to 2.7. So if I get here and I have a 3.5 wind, then that means I need to take out 8.8 miles per hour of wind. And if you're using an extra mile, that's going to be a little less than half. I mean, if your extra mile is 2.1, so you're at 10.5. So you're at one at a half a ring. So you're just a little shy of a half a ring. And I'm going to make that micro adjustment because I'm seeing myself and other people that aren't quite getting over, like they're leaving the wind in, or sometimes we're both doing good, and sometimes we're both screwing up because we're leaving that wind in, and so we need to make a micro adjustment there if the wind is too high. So here we take the shot, and we do exactly that. We had a 2.7 wind. This is our 2.7 wind example. So we put just a little bit of curl to bring it. We want everything to go on that last bounce to the right. The sand over there is skinnier, and you can hit it in the middle of that peanut shell. And so just a nice little hoppity hop. All right, that was, let's go back. Let's skip that replay. Exit. All right, that was hole number 13 of the Gridiron tournament in the rookie division. Hey, thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll get some. Hopefully when we make these little adjustments or we learn some of that stuff, hopefully this is helping some of you. Because when you get to these holes, sometimes we're having the same issues when we get to that hole. And you know, if we can make some small little adjustment and it clears the whole thing up, I mean that's what we're looking for. Thanks for watching.